Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Tuesday evening here at Chicago Speedway for the All-Star Race. This will be the first race of 2 races tonight as these guys try to qualify for the main event later this evening. My name is Jacob Emery alongside Steve Tucker. Steve, how you doing? It is All-Star Weekend. We had a break last week, but we are back on the track.
Yes, we are, and today's a big one, man. Chicagoland Speedway, a track that we don't normally go to. And this is going to be a fun night, all-star race. The stars are here to shine, man, tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Day of race right now, the Open starting here soon, and then later on the all-star race itself, the feature race. Going to be a lot of fun times right now, but the boys of the Open are in the Open qualifying session. We're going down trackside to come take a look.
It is good to be back in the booth. We had a break last weekend, but we are now back racing for this all-star weekend, and I am pumped. This track was voted for these drivers, so a majority of these drivers wanted to be here for this race. I think they're going to love this track tonight.
Oh yeah, this track is so much fun, and it's always just a fan favorite, right? I mean, Chicagoland's a track that we always want to go to, even in the real thing, right? But now we can still visit it virtually, and this place is a lot of fun. It's going to be nighttime here shortly, but this first race, the All-Star Open, if you're familiar with the format, these are all the drivers who have not won a race ever in the ASRA Cup Series, or not even a former champion. So these are the best of the rest right now, and these guys are going to try and fight their way into the All-Star feature race later on tonight.
Yeah, surprisingly, we see some big-time names out here racing today that, you know what, I think they should have got some wins earlier in the season. They just haven't got the luck and haven't done it and got it finished. So tonight they're going to come out here, have some fun, see if they can qualify to the next race, the All-Star race later today. Guys like Devin Graham out there, Roger Pierce, Jackson Anderson, Tyler Honeycutt, big time name. Steve, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of different paint schemes and different things going on right now. Tyler Honeycutt told me he's rocking this number 3 Monster Energy paint scheme for the remainder of the season. Our playoff banners are already on some of these cars right here. Tyler Honeycutt has that lime green banner. So a little eager to get these playoffs started next week at Michigan. But man, Tyler looking pretty good in that machine right there. Going to be covering him and the rest of these boys as we go. Right now, Emery, so we're doing a 10-minute qualifying session. It is open qualifying, so that's why you're seeing all these cars on the track at the same time. A lot of fun to determine the pole for this award, or for this race. But today's race is definitely different. So the Open race, as we said, this is the best of the rest. These guys haven't won in this series yet, but these guys, what they're doing is there's 3 stages, just like a normal race, but it's a small one, 40 laps. So 40 lap quick race, stage 1. It ends only in 15 laps. So that stage winner will actually advance onto the next race, the actual feature race. So they'll park themselves and then go over into that session. Stage 2 ends at lap 30. That winner will also go down to the feature race. And then our top 3 tonight will be moving on to the All-Star race. But folks in the chat, you have an actual chance to put in one of these drivers into the race. So we have a league vote that we did internally, and those drivers are going to be able to, or that one driver that we'll announce later on at the end of stage 3, that driver will be able to go into the All-Star race as well, as voted on by their peers in the league. But you come and play for the fan vote. So we'll do a fan vote this entire race, and whoever you guys decide gets that vote will move on as well. So obviously, if your fan vote wins a stage or wins top 3, keep in mind they're going to be put into the race automatically. So if you can, chat, give me your maybe top 3 out of the drivers that you see right here, your rankings, to try and get into the fan vote. And then at the end of the race, depending on who has already won or not won, we'll send that person to the All-Star race. So a lot of fun today. Let me know in the chat who you pick. Emery, I'll tell you what, every one of these guys, though, I feel like are all-star contenders.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Looking at the names, we got Devin up there in that 26. He's got the pole at the moment, 30.242. Just gets ahead of Jamie. Let's see if he can get beat out there. Also, Roger Pierce, he's in 3rd. Run out of time, though. 1 minute left in this open qualifying, and then we're going to start racing like you're talking about it. It seems like it's going to be a shootout and start of this race and then carry on, see what these boys can do. This track is fast. And this track it brings a lot of excitement.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, the cool thing about this track is that the backstretch is curved. So most, mile and a quarter tracks or mile and a half tracks, the backstretch is straight as an arrow, but this one is curved. So this track has some uniqueness to it. As we're seeing Marshall Harris right now and Jackson Anderson getting it together. This is huge because drafting will come into play here, and you can kind of see Marshall trying to get that draft off of Anderson. So again, the pole here is massive. But one more caveat we haven't talked about is these drivers in the open race, but also the feature race later on, they only get one additional set of tires for the entire race. And this track eats them up. So when do you use those tires, Emery? Do you use them early to try and get yourself into the All-Star race, or do you use them late? What do you do?
Yeah, you talked about it, man. It's you're going to be out front. So Devin and Jamie out there up front, top 1 and 2. I think that's where you want to stay. If you're in the back, I think you want to save those tires until late in the race to try to get this win here. But man, you were saying it. This track will eat them up. And it's not a big field, so we're not going to have that many drivers we typically do, but I think it's still going to be crazy and exciting to see these guys battle it out. Kenny Real wants to come out here and win. We got Marshall Harris, James Coffin, all these guys. Larson, how has he not got to win? How has he not, got to win this year, last year? Crazy to see him in this spot, but he's going to be on the track try to beat everybody, and it's going to be fun to see this happen. I love that we got so much stuff in motion for this all-star race. We put this together, and it's wild to see. We got a lot of stuff going on tonight.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, like you mentioned it, right? Short field today, only 10 drivers. A couple of them might have snuck in, but it's all good. A couple of them are again, right? These are drivers. There's 10 drivers in the field right now that are vying to get into the all-star race. So these guys, I mean, 2 of them are going to be, 3 will be actually eliminated from the entire night. Only 7 drivers will move on from this race into the All-Star race, where we'll have about 18, 19, potentially even 20 drivers in the All-Star race itself. So going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, this is something different, and this is just that qualifying race to get into the main feature. So right now, we are underway almost, only 14 laps. Lap 15 will be our first stage. It is an entire sprint, Emery, the entire time. And right now, we're going to get underway here momentarily to start off our grid. What are your thoughts, Emery, as we get to this grid?
Man, these guys are just going to come out and battle as best they can. I think they want to get to the front as fast as they can as well. You said it, 15 laps is going to be our stage 1 in. They're trying to advance, and man, oh man, look at all these cars on the field. They look great. That number 3 car of Honeycutt, that Monster Energy, good looking rig there, the 27, as they're on the grid now. Steve, are you going to go through it?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are. Right now, the pace car is on track. Look at this, all these cars right here. So Devin Smirker actually has a special paint scheme today, inspired by his kids, I believe, if I got that right. Bunch of cats on there in a rainbow. Love to see that. So pretty cool right there. Kind of a throwback to our Colored by the Kids race we did last season, where the kids got to paint their car. So pretty cool there. But he's on track, got the pole right there. Jimmy Graham, back from a long while, had some broken issues with his steering wheel and whatnot, but he's back. Look at that paint scheme, number 87, that black car. I'm sure that's not the car he intended to drive tonight, but it is all good. Those things happen. Roger Pierce, watch out for him today, starting P3 in that beautiful number 27 car. He actually drove that back at Twin Ring as a throwback to the Japan race. Looking pretty good there. Tyler Honeycutt starting off in P4, looking good. Kenny Real rolling off 5th place. Jackson Anderson rolling off in 6th. On the inside, looking great there. Michael Lamphere on the outside, starting in 8th. Josh Larson right there as well, looking really, really good. Marshall Harris rounding out that back line right there. And then James Kaufman further on back, rounding out in 10th place. So this is your field, folks, for the All-Star Open. What is going to happen here? 15 laps to decide. That's all you got to do. So stage winner, Emery, they move on to the All-Star race. So what do you do here? Do you burn them off, try and get that win, or do you hold on to your tires and wait for another stage to try and captivate there?
No, stage 1, you want to burn them off. Like I said, these drivers are going to come out and try to get this first stage win, so they're automatically in. They don't have to worry about it, and that's what you're going to see here. We got Devin up front in that 26 multi-colored car. Jamie in that 87 on the outside. He's going to be starting right in front of Roger Pierce and Tyler Honeycutt. Jackson Anderson, and that's your top 5. I can't wait for this green flag to start here at Chicago Speedway. Season 5 All-Star Race. This pace car is going to come off, and we're going to go green. Devin in the 26 is going to take us away, and it is a green flag here at Chicagoland. Devin and Jamie still up front there in the 1 and 2 as they cross 1 lap down, 2 laps to go here. We are still green. Single file up front, Steve. Little early to be seeing that. I think you want to run this outside lane. What are your thoughts?
I'll tell you what, Chicagoland is known for the high line right there. If you can make it work early, then do it. But as the nighttime comes, that outside lane becomes less and less useful. Right now, though, fighting hard to get to that lap 15. We told you, it's a short break.
That 87's way up front now. He likes that clean air. Jackson and Devin dropped all the way down under that yellow line. It's not a bad way to go here at this track. A lot of these drivers, majority of them running that outside lane now as we're single file.
I'll tell you what, Jamie Graham's wasting no time today, Emery. He wants to lead this race. He wants to win that stage 1. Tell you what, he is getting it right now. Devin Smirker, though, hold on to it. Michael Lanphier doing really good, too.
Michael in that 13, that Ford, he's up 2 spots early on. Just getting into that top position. Tyler Honeycutt's right behind him. He's dropped 3 spots from the start of this race. 5 laps down, 6 as they cross. We're still green. Jamie's still up front, way up front in that 87.
Yes, sir. Kenny Reel, Marshall Harris on the back of the field, side by side, trying to make something happen right here. Again, Josh Larson back here, too. He's a smart one, though. He knows how to hold on to his tires. I think he's like, you know what? I only get 1 set of tires. I'm going to hold on to them. Let these boys race it out for that stage. All I got to do is get to that top 3 at the end of the race, and I'm in, so. But right now, it's showtime. Jamie Graham knows how to get this done. Roger Pierce, though, in P2. He's getting to it.
Yeah, he's looking strong out there as Jackson actually does make a pass. He's now in 4th position, running that outside. Marshall Harris in the 21, the Toyota, he's up 3 spots, sitting 7th. 7 laps down, Steve.
Yeah, we're about halfway down this first stage, Emery, and it's just going to be intense the entire night.
I think one driver we're missing tonight is Thomas Meeks, but hey, big shout out to him. Congratulations on the newborn. He's sitting in the hospital watching from home.
Yeah, big congrats to him. Nice, healthy baby boy. Love to see that, man. Miss you. We'll see you next week.
Now, Steve, does Jamie have the tires and the 87 way up front to hold on to it? This is why you want to make that big run early on, because it's 8 laps down. There's only a few more to get that stage 1. He's up front. I don't think anybody can catch him.
Man, this fight right here for this top 5 spot. Again, right now, top 5 is not going to help you. You want to be that leader at the end of lap 15. Jamie Graham holding on to that right now. Roger Pierce trying to get it done early. These guys want to get into that feature race early. Get it over with.
Absolutely. Lanfear's up another spot. He's still in that top 5 position. Kenny Reels dropped down a few spots. He's in 8 and at 11. He's running that Chevy, that Jordan car. He's right in front of Josh Larson. He's sitting 9th.
Look at this battle right here brewing for the top 5. Man, these guys are getting at it. Tyler Honeycutt on the outside lane. We're seeing him trying to make that work. Looking good. Man, awesome job right here.
Absolutely. Big shout out to everybody watching live on YouTube at Race Day Live. Appreciate you being here. This is going to be a fun night. All-Star Weekend. Love to see it, and then got a good turnout.
Yes, sir. Folks, we'll cover how this is going to work some more in about 3 laps here when we come to the conclusion of stage 1. Right now, Jamie Graham, man, he is just putting on a show.
Yeah, I think he's going to run away with this one, Steve. Nobody's going to catch him. Rogers right there in front of Jackson and Michael Lamphere, but they're seconds behind. That's just too far away. There's only a little bit of time left in this first stage. Jamie right now looks like he's going to get that win and advance. It's not over yet.
Big contact right there by Michael Lamphere and Devin Smirker. Devin tried to go up high right there. He was 3 wide, didn't quite have it. I think he's pushing the issue here too much. You've got the entire race to get to the front and to advance your position. Right now, though, tough battles.
Really good racing, but that's one thing Jamie in 87 does not want to see. He does not need a yellow flag. Wants to keep this green. Jackson's on the outside of that 3 right now. Trying to make it work with Roger Pierce in the 27. That's Chevy. He drops low.
All around great battles were here, but Jamie Graham coming to that lap 15, he is going to be your stage 1 winner. Jamie Graham, yellow flag should be out here momentarily. He is going to win stage 1. There it is. So he advances, Jamie Graham, to the All-Star race. Congrats to him. We'll try and bring him in here, Emery, in a second. Try and talk to him, but man, what just a dominating job there to get that first stage win.
Man, I'll tell you, if that's any foreshadowing for the next race, for the main event, man, watch out for him, because tonight he is fast. He likes Chicagoland. That 87 of Jamie Graham getting a win, stage 1 win, automatically moving forward. Let's see if we can get a word with him and bring him and have a conversation. That was a fun first stage of this all-star race. Fantastic.
Hey, here he is, Jamie Graham, man. Congratulations, you won stage 1. You're moving on to the All-Star race. How you feel, dude? Oh, he texted us saying his mic is dead, so we're not going to be able to talk to him. But hey, man, congrats again. If you can hear me, hope you can. Congrats. You're moving on to the All-Star race. Paint scheme might need some work. It's all black, but it's all good. We'll catch you next later on tonight, man. Great job.
Hey, whatever works. If that paint scheme has him racing like he is tonight, then keep it. Just stay with it, because man, oh man, he was the one to beat, and as he's in the pits, going to make some adjustments and get back out there, I think, unless he's done for the day, Steve.
Yeah, just talking to him real quick.
Yeah.
He says he needs some sponsors, so hey, you know what? It's all good. Looking pretty good there, Jamie Graham, though. Looking for some sponsors, so hey, folks, if you, tell you what, stage 1 winner for the All-Star race, he cannot beat it. And hey, look at this. Choose car making a comeback, or making not a comeback, but a showing right here for the All-Star race. We do everything the same thing in the same way as we do on a normal Tuesday in the schedule. And Brandon Davis just locking it down as race control and choose car, so awesome job there for him. But Emery, what are your thoughts, man, on that stage 1?
Yeah, I think I knew it was going to play out like that. It was clean driving. Jamie got out way front and had the clean air. No one was catching him, and that was the end of the story there. Now we're gonna get them all back together. we're going to have another restart where Devin's out front. Michael Lanthier's in second. So it's going to be a different little race now. 24 to go, Steve.
Yeah, one thing we're doing too, we're doing quickie yellows. So if you're not familiar with that, basically lead lap cars and lap down cars all pit together. That way we can kind of make this thing go a little faster, and yellow flags are basically just shortened. But folks, again, in the chat, keep in mind, we mentioned this earlier, but again, the next stage winner will advance. The top 3 race winners will also advance, but we need your help. Put in the chat your 3 favorite drivers out of the drivers you see right here, and the one that does not win or finish in the top 3 will advance into the All-Star race as the fan vote. So I know we have a lot of Devin Smirker fans in the chat, but hey, if he wins stage 2, he's already in. So now we need some different votes from you. So put in some alternate options, and we're gonna get this thing underway here momentarily. We're going back green this time, Emery. We're not messing around, man. It's a busy night.
Chicagoland, not disappointing. All-star race. This was a fantastic pick by these drivers as they got to choose what track they wanted to race, and we are out here right now having a lot of fun. Jamie Graham got that first win. Stage 1, he's advanced, but we are restarting now. Devin in the 26. That Ford's going to take us into 1 and 2. We got a green flag. We are back live racing as Devin gets a huge jump early on.
I'll tell you what, awesome job by our production crew. We have some new camera angles, and I'll tell you what, they are absolutely fire. It's a big shout out to them. And right now, man, Devin Smirker, are we going to see a performance just like Jamie Graham did in stage number 1? We'll see right now. He is just out, and he is not messing around today.
Yeah, he's got the same kind of lead Jamie had, but Jackson's going to get pushed by Michael Lampier back here. You got Kenny Real, Roger Pierce, your top 5. They know how to get around this track. I think they might track him down.
Look at this Roger Pierce right now battling Tyler Honeycutt on the outside. Looking really good. Man, oh man. Josh Larson, though, making a comeback a little bit right now in P7. Again, I just think he's chilling. I think he's holding on to it. Watch out for him in the All-Star race if he can make it through. He loves this track, and he loves the outside lane. So we'll see how that works, man. Roger Pierce, though, on the outside.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. Josh Larson just kind of hanging back there, letting the race come to him. Marshall Harris, too. He also had Kenny Real, who wasn't pushing as much as I thought he would, but now he's in the top 4. Maybe he's going to try to track down Devin to get this stage 2 win so he can advance. But, man, we got a good, big mess of drivers as they are 3 wide crossing the line here.
Hey, great racing right there, though. Marshall Harris. Roger Pierce, though, I wonder, here's the thing, again, oh, Marshall Harris getting into Kaufman right there a little bit. Almost didn't catch that, but that was close. I wonder, my point real quick, I wonder if Roger is not taking tires yet. I wonder if he didn't take tires right there like some of these guys might have done. They only get 1 additional set. So is Roger holding on to his tires and says, you know what, Devin, or whoever it is, sure, go ahead, win stage 2. I'm going to be there and win the race. We'll see what happens here, but Roger Pierce, I'll tell you what, he is not this slow, I can promise you. He is into a whole different strategy.
Yeah, for Roger, you know, hanging in the back, maybe not getting tires and wait until the end of this race, it's such a risky move because he is a fast driver. He should be able to keep up front here, but Devin's looks like he's doing the same thing Jamie did. So maybe you're right. Roger Pierce just wait until later in this race at Chicagoland to try to get a win, a stage win, so he advances. Josh Larson, that 51, running that inside lane, got a little touch from, I think it was Kenny Real not too long ago, as we're now 3 wide again. Kenny's trying to make that inside work, as now he's dropping back to the outside.
Yeah, this track is pretty forgiving, Emery. I mean, you can see these guys are getting close to each other, but they're making it work. It's pretty comfortable to be 3 wide here. All the lanes work, and Marshall Harris, I mean, he's learning it the hard way. I mean, he's being put 3 wide here a couple times and looking pretty strong. So this right here is the battle. Everyone is kind of on that brink of not wanting to use the tires up too much, but also have enough tire to get to the end of the race. So that's the tough part right here.
Yeah, kind of surprised you're not seeing a few of these drivers run on that outside lane right next to that wall, but Maybe that's not the fast line right now. As 13 gives Josh Larson a push now. Says, hello, I'm right here. Devin smirked way up front. Jackson Anderson trying to track him down, just doesn't have it. Great shot right there, Steve, of that Monster Energy James Kaufman car. Or sorry, Tyler Honeycutt, excuse me.
Yes, sir. Right now, man. To your point, Smirker's got about a second lead on Jackson Anderson, so awesome job there by them. Marshall Harris also in P3, so a couple of these guys, they're not wasting any time. Awesome
Steve,
job.
I am surprised.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, man.
I was just going to say real quick, you're good. I'm just so surprised Roger Pierce is hanging so far back. I mean, he's not even trying to get up there now. I don't know what's going on, but you might be right. I think he's just saved it till the end here.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Bold strategy.
That's the great thing about it. You know another caution's coming out for the stage in about 4 laps, excuse me. So I think that's the strat right here. That's the play. And he is playing it right to his tune. So Devin Smirker, though, looking very, very good here in P1.
Jackson's trying to make that pass on the outside past Josh Larson. He looks like he's in 3rd position now.
Man, awesome job. Sun's going down. Ooh, Larson, man, makes a move on the outside. Just touches the wall a little bit. Jackson not giving it up. Larson and Anderson holding on to it, but look out. Marshall Harris. Emery, he is about a half a second back now of Devin Smirker. Harris is catching up to Devin. Uh-oh.
Look at this. We got yellow flags out. I believe that's the end of the stage. Is that the stage, Steve?
I believe so. It is, yes.
Devin's going to get the win here. He's going to advance now. Marshall Harris tried to track him down, just couldn't. Ran out of time. Devin, and that 26 Ford is your stage 2 winner, and he will advance to the main race. Well, I'll try to get a word with him, Steve.
Yeah, awesome job. I thought we had one more lap there, but since our tower scores down after 25 laps, it kind of tripped me up a bit. So all good, but Devin Smirker right there is our stage 1 winner. Awesome job. Everyone in the chat, I can guarantee you they are all pumped up. The Cardano and Hosky fam out there, All Things Guild podcast, looking really good. So right now we'll try and bring him in here real fast, see if we can sneak him on in. Devin can be pumped up here for sure. Let's get him. Where is he? Hey, Devin, man, it's Steve in the booth. You got me?
I got you loud and clear, Steve.
Hey, look at you. Nice looking car today. And hey, stage 2 winner. You're moving on to the All-Star race. How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, man, that was very, very, very strange. Got a lot of practice in this week, glued to the bottom all week, and very surprised that everybody drove around me on the outside. So, figured once it happened, I'd go into tire conservation mode, and there's gonna be no passing. So, went into tire conservation mode. Did not think that I'd win stage 2. The plan was to grab 4 tires for stage 3 and drive by all those guys, but clean air is king, and I had a little bit more tire than I thought, and we're moving on.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job. We'll see you later on in the race. Congrats again. Alrighty, there he is. Hey, this track, he makes a good point. I mean, this track is pretty tough to pass on. This car, this particular car model, tire model, it's not the easiest, right? I think we get that. I think that's one of the shortcomings of this package for the 1.5s. But I'll tell you what, that's why we did the 1 tire set tonight, Emery, is that when do you use that, right? We'll see some you know, for lack of a better word, mid-pack guys typically maybe drive their way to the front early, trying to get that, you know, track position. And then the faster guys, maybe they'll hold back a while and use that one set later in that race. So that's the kind of strategy we're looking at tonight. Going to be a lot of fun to see how they do it. But right now, this is it. About 8-lap shootout here as we go. The top 3 right now, the podium, will move on to the All-Star race. Keep in mind, though, hey, we mentioned it, Emery. Everyone in the chat voting for Devin Smirker. He's already in now, so your votes do not count. So
you gotta vote for somebody else now.
Exactly.
Absolutely, you called it.
Yep.
Yeah, Devin in that 4 to 26, he advanced. Jamie Graham advances in that 87, and now we got 3 drivers that can advance. And I'm curious to see what Roger Pierce comes out and does. He has to be in that top 3. He has to advance. He hung back all race long. What is he going to do now? He's only got, what, 8 laps to go when we go back green.
Yep. We have some votes in the chat for other drivers like Anderson, Larson. I see one for Roger. So we're looking pretty good. So, hey, you know what? Worst case, Emery, maybe we'll just make the vote. You know what?
There you go.
Let's see. Either way, right now, pace car is coming off. 8 laps to go. Emery, man, we're going green here.
We are going back green. Flag is out. Marshall Harris takes us into 1 and 2. Josh Larson's up there. Jackson Anderson, Kenny Reel, and Roger Pierce, your top 5. This is going to be a shootout of who can advance to go to the main event for the All-Star race here at Chicagoland.
And Josh Larson wasting no time right now. Anderson up on the high line, not looking too hot. Roger Pierce pushing it 3 wide. What's he have for him?
That is a very tight window out there on the outside of Jackson Anderson, making it work. Hits the wall a little bit going in turns 1 and 2. But now he's getting a little bit of run on Josh Larson.
Great job right here. Larson gets a fantastic exit. What can he do with it, though? On the outside lane, he chooses. Oh, man, Roger Pierce goes around. Yellow flag is out. Man, oh, man. Roger Pierce goes around. Not sure who he was involved with. Maybe Lamphere.
I think it was Michael. Yeah, the number 13 was involved in that one, too. We'll have to go back and take a look and see what happened.
Yeah.
I think both cars are okay, Steve. It didn't look like too much damage there.
No, it really didn't. I mean, our first caution of the night for Roger Pierce. That was close, too. He saved it, but just a little sideways there on the front stretch. So let's go back and take a look if we can. Oh, he's already loose on the exit of turn 4, looks like. We'll go back just a scooch on more and see if we can find out. Yeah, you can see him, Emery. He just kind of loses it in 4. And off he goes.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse there. Everyone's clean. Gonna be back on the track. As now Roger Pierce is still in the back there with limited amount of laps left to try to make it to the front. Got to get to the top 3, but these drivers, Marshall Harris, man, Josh Larson, Jackson, so fast today right now.
Seeing right now a lot of fan vote, Emery, for Larson. So right now he's sitting in P2, looking pretty good. So that right there is going to be so far the leader. But hey, the more votes we get, the more we will tally them up. But we're going to have about 3 laps to go here as we choose. This is pretty big. I mean, right now the choose right here, the outside lane working. I mean, Devin even mentioned it. The track is changing quite a bit already from earlier practices. So what does that mean for these drivers? Well, we're going to find out. They're adapting as they go.
Yeah, 5 laps to go as of right now. Pace car still out there. I think we'll have about 3 to go when we go back green. And that is not a lot of time for these drivers to try to make these moves to advance. But, hey, Chicagoland's been a lot of fun. It's doing a night race, Steve. We don't see a lot of those this season.
Yes, sir.
But tonight is one of them, and I love a night race. Get the lights out here. Everybody's having fun. This is what it's all about. All-Star Weekend, man. This is kind of a break, but also, hey, you want to have fun. You still want to get out there and win and do your thing. But this is all about the drivers this weekend.
Yes, sir. Tell you what, right now, this is a nice time, too, to let these guys shine, right? A lot of these guys haven't really found the success they wanted to so far in this season. You know, obviously no wins or whatnot. Tyler Honeycutt. We have playoff drivers in this field. Larson, Honeycutt, Roger Pierce, right? So these guys are good enough to be in the playoffs for sure. They just haven't found out a way to get that win yet. But I'll tell you what, they are definitely capable of doing it. I mean, you look at Marshall Harris right now in P1, going to lead us back off. Him getting into this All-Star race would be huge for him. I mean, he's got a new team right now. He's bringing in a new team next season. So what a good way to start off, that right there early into this season. So awesome job there for him. But we're going to pull it off. That pace car, we're going back green. We're going to decide this race, Emery.
It is coming down to the wire. Marshall Harris is up front there on the inside. He's going to take us into 1 and 2. At 21, Jackson Anderson at 83 right next to him. They are good friends. So, hey, this is going to be a fun battle to watch. It's the green flag's out. 21 of Marshall got a big jump on the outside. Larson's going to push him into 1-2, but he drives down below. He is now in the inside. Big contact with 21 and 83.
Anderson and Marshall both got together right there. No caution, though, so that's going to be it. Josh Larson is your leader.
Man, oh, man. That was some big contact there. Marshall drops all the way back. He's out of this race. Jackson's still ahead. He's up front. He is now in second. He will advance. Roger Pierce now has made his way up to the field. He's in third. If this stays true, he will advance. 2 to go here at Chicagoland. Can Josh Larson get a win out here today? Kenny Real back here still battling out.
This is it right here. This top 3, this will be your podium finishers who will move on. Michael Lanphier, though, he is right there. White flag in the air, sponsored by Sim Motion.
This battle in the back with Michael Lanphier in the 13 and Roger Pierce is going to be fun to watch as now he's making a run to the inside. Does he have enough time to track down Roger Pierce? Josh Larson still up front, gonna get the win. Stage 3 winner, he's advancing. Jackson Anderson looks like he's gonna go through, and Roger Pierce. That's your top 3 drivers that will advance to the All-Star race. Coming right up. Congratulations to Josh Larson.
Man, incredible job there for Josh Larson. Unfortunately for Harris, I mean, just all went south for him right there on the restart. So, hate to see that, but sometimes you have to just give it all you got to try and get it. And unfortunately for him, he couldn't quite make it happen. But Josh Larson with the All-Star Open win. To your point, Emery, he will advance as well as Jackson Anderson and Roger Pierce. Awesome, awesome job.
Love to see that. And that also leaves us one driver out there, fan favorite. So if they put the votes in right now, if you're tuning in a Race Day Live, hey, give a shout out, put that driver's name in there, and they can advance as well, as we have a lot of drivers out there right now that still need to go through.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, I'll tell you what, we can announce one of the drivers. So again, one is a league voted driver. So the league voted driver out of the ones who are left, who have not advanced, it is Tyler Honeycutt. So he will be the league voted winner for right now. So he was voted on by his peers. There was technically winners above him, but since they all advanced from this race, he is the next one in line. So Tyler Honeycutt is going to make his way into the All-Star race. Congrats to him. We'll bring him in here shortly. And then, hey, the fan vote winner. Again, I need to see the chat flooded with names right now. Who is going to get into the All-Star race? Emery, look out for him. We're going to bring in real quick our winners if we can. Let's sneak him on in here. Josh Larson. Here he is. Hey, Josh Larson, man. Congrats again. You won the All-Star Open. You're moving on to the All-Star race, man. How you feeling?
Feel good, man. About time I win something around here. Seems to only come to all-star races, but I'll take it, I'll take it.
Awesome job, man. Well, hey, how's the track feeling? What do you expect for the All-Star race? It's going to be a nighttime race, obviously. So, I mean, Devin is saying that the track feels different than practice. What's that like to you?
I agree that the track is very different than what we had in practice. It's really greasy to start, but then it gets super tight.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
So it's different, that's for sure, and it's hard to pass out there.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, well, cool. Hey, you know what? We are gonna set you off. Congrats. Go into the feature race, man. We'll see you shortly, and good luck over there too.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you guys later.
Alrighty, awesome job, Tyler Honeycutt. Let's sneak. Is he around? Can we bring him in? Hold on now. Oh, here we go. Hey, Tyler Honeycutt, you got me?
Yes.
Hey, man. Congrats again. Not sure if you knew, but you are the league voted driver today. So you were going to make your way to the All-Star race, man. How you feeling?
I'm shocked, actually. I did not expect that. I was about to just start packing it up and go back to playing the Call of Duty. But, but I mean, I shouldn't have had to, get voted because I feel like I should have finished top 3 there. But I don't know if it was a case of Jackson not lifting or Marshall not or blocking or whatever. But either way, I'm going to come in here and do what I can.
Yes, sir, man. Carl's looking pretty fired today. So good luck in the All-Star race, man. We'll see you over there. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alrighty, Tyler Honeycutt, good job. And then right now, it seems like in the chat, Emery, Marshall Harris is going to be our fan vote winner. I'm seeing a lot of Harris in here.
Wow. Marshall's gonna get away with that, huh? He's gonna put a little wreck in there and then get advanced. I love that. So that brings a little dynamic to it for next race.
Some spice. I'm loving that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
A lot of people wanted to see Larson and Roger Pierce and Devin Smirker, but hey, they already made their way in by earning it. So that just leaves Marshall Harris. So Marshall Harris, according to the chat, is going to be our fan vote winner. So congrats to him. We'll bring him into the race. Let's see actually if I can sneak him in here. If I can, where is he? Here he is. Marshall Harris, man. Stephen Emery in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Again, rough ending of the race for you, but guess what? You are the fan vote winner today for the All-Star Open. You're going to make your way over to the All-Star Race feature. How you feeling, buddy?
Pretty good. Just a little frustrated with Jackson at the moment, but, we're not going to let that affect us anymore, so...
Hey, it's all good. You know what? All-Star race, a lot can happen, but we'll see how you handle it, man. Congrats and good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Steve, how did I know that was going to come up? I just had a feeling that there was going to be some words said, and Marshall doesn't seem too happy with Jackson, so maybe it's a little foreshadowing for next race.
Yeah,
coming right up, and that's going to be fun to watch. Congratulations to Marshall advancing with the fan favorites. So that's cool to see.
Yes, sir. So hey, right now we're gonna, folks, we're gonna actually take a bit of an intermission. We're gonna show off our sponsors. So big thanks again to AdminBoxx. They are a race control boxes. They are absolutely awesome. We use them here in the ASRA, and we have promo codes AdminBoxx. Use promo code AdminBoxx on AdminBoxx.com. Linked in the description for 10% off your purchase. We're gonna showcase some awesome commercials for them and also our other sponsors. So we'll come right back. We're gonna go over to the feature race. Do not miss it. We are on our way to the All-Star Race feature. We'll come right back momentarily.
Some things I say sometimes that don't make no sense, but
Alrighty, folks, we are back for the All-Star race tonight for the ASRA Cup Series. We are in the race right now. It is practice time for these boys. We're going to be giving them the 2-minute warning here shortly once all the open drivers are into the race, as they should be. Emery, man, this is going to be quite the race. It's nighttime now. Tell you what, the stars have come out to shine. What are your thoughts on how this race is going to go?
man, I see some big-time drivers' names on the field right now. This is what it's all about here at Chicagoland. The sun is completely down, the lights are out, and it is this time for them to shine. Nick Lights out there, Brandon 6, big-time names. I can't wait to see this race unfold. But watch out, these drivers we saw earlier, Larson, man, we saw Jackson Anderson up front there. So many big names. Jamie Graham, they seem like they're so fast tonight. So I don't know who's going to win. So many big names, Steve.
Yes, sir. Right now, Nick Lights, right here too, he's kind of snuck under the radar. So he technically normally wouldn't have made this race because he did come in part-time, but he's actually now full-time because there was a change in the guard over at Flagship Motorsports. So he has taken over that 12 car full time. So he has made his way in, not because of his win earlier this season, but because of his wins in prior seasons. So snuck his way down here, but Nick Light's going to try and make a run here in that 12 machine. Harpoon Design looking so damn good tonight.
Yes, they are. Now, here's the question on this race. You think it's going to be a shootout like we saw earlier, or are we going to have to worry about some tires? Or are some drivers going to really try to play the track? You know, what are these guys going to do? They've already made the race, so now it's all about bragging rights.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty intense. I mean, these guys right here, it's all going to come down to, I mean, really how I like to describe this race, it's basically a battle royale, okay? If you play Warzone, if you play, you know, Fortnite, whatever it is, the circle closes and, you know, people get taken out, right? This is kind of the same thing. What we're doing is basically there's 55 laps and there's 4 stages and 3 stage breaks. After every stage, we eliminate the back 1/4 of the field. So basically every stage it gets shorter and shorter lap-wise, but it also gets shorter and shorter car-wise. That last stage will be about a 5 or 6 lap shootout with about 5 cars at the end. So it worked out very well last year. Very, very fun format. And right now, Chicagoland's going to showcase just how fun this can be and this league can be. So a lot on the line here today. AdminBoxx, a proud sponsor of ours, going to be giving away $75 to the winner of today's race. So definitely some good coin there. And we're going to showcase them a lot. So go and check out AdminBoxx.com. Link is in the description. And you'll get 10% off your purchase if you use the promo code ASRA. So right now, a lot going on, Emery. What are your thoughts, man?
Man, I was just watching these drivers' times right now. Nick Lights is up there with a 30.175 in practice. Brandon Six is up there. Roger Pierce, that's your top 3. A lot of fast times. Now, on this qualifying, we going to do another open qualifying for this, or is this field locked? Are we ready to go, Steve?
Yes, sir. Going to be a lot of fun, man. Right now, practice session is going to be advanced here shortly. And right here, we're going to go back into our open qualifying. So real quick, folks, let's go and thank our channel sponsor, AdminBoxx, real quick, as we thank them for their sponsorship for today's race. We'll come right back. Alrighty, Emery, we are back right now. This is going to be the qualifying for the All-Star race. Open session, keep in mind, just like the All-Star Open momentarily, it is 10 minutes, and you're out there with everybody else, so good luck.
Good luck is right. 10 minutes of open qualifying. So what they're going to try to do is get the fastest time they possibly can. And they might just work with some teammates that they typically don't during the season to try to get a good start here. As we're looking at Brandon Six and Jamie Graham up there, 30.537. But all these times will change, Steve. This is what it's all about. Open qualifying is a lot different than regular qualifying. And that's something we're doing different tonight here at Chicagoland for the All-Star game.
That's right. A lot of fun today. Matthew Fleming already on top. A lot of these guys, keep in mind, haven't necessarily won this season, but have won in all prior seasons. So this is kind of an all-star race out of talent from all kinds of seasons of the past. So very, very cool. We'll cover a lot of them. Bunch of drivers, obviously, we didn't see in the open. Daryl Young right now looking very, very good. And that 18 looking very, very solid. Jamie Graham, we know him to be in that car right there, number 87. No sponsors. I'll tell you what, a couple teams looking for some rides. Jamie Graham right now for next season is a driver to consider. If you need a driver, I'll tell you what, he is right there, man. Looking pretty good. I think that car, hey, you know what? I don't know. That car might look pretty good with some Cardano and Hosky sponsors on that. Got a good driver behind the wheel and a driver with a good head on the shoulder, so hey, you never know.
There you go.
Looking pretty good.
Look at it.
Hint,
Look
hint.
at this driver right now, Steve. Frankie. Frankie's up top there in that 48.
Yes, sir.
He says, I'm coming out to play today.
Hey,
Nick Lights
Frankie's
is now in second.
Yeah, Frankie's not going to mess around today. I mean, Brandon 6 obviously right here in the front as well. We know how good these guys are, right? I mean, Brandon 6 is just putting on an absolute masterclass this entire season. And he's coming out to play. He wants to win this race. He wants the championship more, right? But tell you what, this is going to be a lot of fun to see how these guys do and how they handle it.
See, 6 is in the wall a little bit there. What a great race before playoffs, Steve. Talk about that a little bit. Playoffs right around the corner.
Man, yes, they are. Next week, starting at Michigan, the playoffs are going to be underway. I can't wait for that race. It's going to be just a lot of fun. 5 races, shorter than last season, to determine our champion. So Michigan and then Dover will be a good time to kind of figure out who's going to win this championship, man. And going to be a good time. So stay tuned next week, folks. Next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to get playoff racing. Going to be a lot of fun for that Emory. And Michigan's a fun track. Unfortunately, Auto Club is no longer on the real schedule, and I guess right now it's being deconstructed. So Michigan's kind of all we have for now, but it's a fun place and a great place to start our playoffs.
Absolutely. We kind of talked about it earlier. You know, the first race we had that to the qualifier to get to this race, you know, they weren't the big time names that were already waiting for this race to start, but man, they were fast. The competition was so good. I think that's just a testament of season 5 and what it's brought. Every single driver that's out here in this league this year has been tremendous and a lot of talent. And I think it's only going to be trending up. And I think season 6, I don't want to give everything away. I think season 6 will even bring more competition to this already packed field of drivers.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be incredible. We have some teams that are coming in, it sounds like, that are going to be great. TMG, so shout out to them. I know they're watching. So Marshall Harris and his team are going to be jumping on board. So looking pretty cool, man. I'll tell you what, going to be just a lot of fun. We had actually a quick update. We had more drivers entering this race. DJ Honeycutt, Donnie Honeycutt, family to Tyler. But I guess they had some last minute issues. So not sure if it's personal or whatnot, but our thoughts are with them for sure if it is something that is, detrimental or whatnot. So they would have added 2 more cars to this field. But hey, you know what? Real life is more important. And that's all it comes down to. So we're going to miss them tonight. But overall, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch how this race plays out, Emory.
Yeah, we got little over 4 minutes left in this open qualifying session, and then we're going to stack them up and go green. If it sits right now, if it ends right now, Frankie Barros is going to be the pole setter. Devin's in the number 2, that 26 car. Brandon 6 is in 3rd. Jamie Graham's in 4th, and Nick Lights is in 5th. That's your top 5. But hey, a lot of time left, Steve. I don't know if Frankie can hold on to that pole right now.
It's going to be tough.
Drivers.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, right now, this track is so fast because the grip is so high. But in a race setting where, I mean, tires just absolutely, just fall off, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to know when to use your one set and when not to. We're probably going to see a lot of drivers take their set at the end of stage 2. But really, if you want to try and go for the win, if you can hold on to your tires long enough, taking them at the end of stage 3 and getting them ready for that 5 or 6 lap shootout to the end, I think that might be the play. Just a matter of how these guys decide to use it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this race unfold and see how these drivers in the back, you're talking about it. It's like a battle royale. Each stage, they're going to be dropping off, and sooner or later, we're going to have a shootout at the end of this all-star race. It brings a lot of action of already action-packed Chicago Speedway track out here. So, man, oh, man, I want this qualifying to end so we can get green flag racing, but still got 3 minutes in this open qualifying. Frankie's still up front. We're looking at a little battle on the track right now as they're trying to make their way through. Look at that. The number 46 is showing an appearance.
There he is. Nick Simpson, man, looking good in that number 46, has made the All-Star race because he was the number 1, he was the contender champion from the prior season. So he gets to be here as a part of the drivers who are eligible for the All-Star race. Didn't have to race his way through in the open, so awesome job there for him.
Yeah, one driver, that 46. I think if any driver out here who's probably learned a lot about this league and about, this competition and what it takes to come out here and try to be successful, I think the 46 has learned a ton from the start of the season, and now he's out here on the All-Star race. I mean, he's got to be just pumped up, ready to go. He's got nothing to lose, Steve. He's just got to make a statement tonight.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I think he's going to be looking pretty good here today. And going to be a lot of good times here today. Robert Hissong as well. Talked about him a little earlier, but man, he is here as well, looking pretty good. He was also the contender champion from the truck series that ASRA used to have before they had to unfortunately shut it down due to personal issues for the league owner. And right now, man, look at this. Looking pretty good here. 15th place on the qualifying charts, but I think he's got something for him tonight. We'll see.
Yeah. I think you're right. Another guy out there too, Matt Fleming in the 88. Watch out for him. Got guys out there, Matt Smith. We talked about Josh Larson, Mealing at 39. Going down this whole list, anybody can win, Steve.
Yeah, this car right here, Matthew Fleming, normally runs his Flum Dog Auto Parts paint scheme, but today running that Wheels of America paint scheme today. I believe in honor of Thomas Meeks, actually, who would normally be in this race, but he had a baby tonight. So the three drivers that should have been here, Thomas Meeks, Tyler Honeycutt, and Johnny Honeycutt, DJ Honeycutt, excuse me, are all not in this race. They would have made the 20-car field, but obviously Meeks had a new baby today, and awesome, just awesome. Just congrats to him, and thinking about him today for sure and his family. But yeah, Matthew rocking his paint scheme today, so pretty cool.
Love to see that. I think Thomas Meeks is in the hospital right now watching on the big screen. So him and the newborn and the wife and everybody watching, love to see that. Hopefully they can put on a show for him, and maybe Matt Fleming can come out and get a win. So a throwback there.
Yes, sir. He is definitely one to watch out for in this race. So keep that in mind. Devin Smirker, though, watch out. Got to the pole right there. Big showing out for him with 10 seconds left to go. Brandon Six also found his way to P2 as well, so awesome job for these drivers.
Yeah, this is a race you don't want to start from the back. You really want to be up front. You can't afford to fall back. It's easy to fall off, and then you will be disqualified, and you will not have a chance to win this all-star race. But hey, qualifying has come to an end now, Steve. We're going to get these boys on a grid and go green flag racing here at Chicagoland.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh.
Well, 12's doing doing what he does.
Yeah, he is.
Nick Lights.
That's
Love
right.
to see that.
Hey, Jonathan Wright, real quick before we end this session. John Wright out here as well for ABR, making an appearance in the All-Star race. He was advanced into this race because he won a truck race back in the Harpoon Design Truck Series in Season 2. So a great job for him. He advanced his way into this. We kind of combined everything to try and get into this All-Star race today, Emery. Next year, though, I'll tell you what, Season 6, to get into the All-Star race, I'm not going to spoil anything, but man, oh man, you're going to be good. So watch out for our Twitter and our social media. You'll find out exactly what next season is bringing here shortly. But right now, Emery, this is going to be the grid. What do we think is going to happen today in this 55 race All-Star race?
I couldn't even tell you. I know we had a lot of clean, hard, aggressive racing on that first race, but this one, I think the gloves are coming off tonight. I think everybody wants to come out here and get this win. I think they'll be battling very hard and see if they can keep these cars clean. But man, like you were talking about it, Chicagoland's got it's open. It's got a lot of room. We saw a lot of three wide racing. I think we'll see it again here as these drivers are now getting on the grid, and we're going to go through the grid as soon as they're finished here.
Yes, sir. Going to be a great time today at Chicagoland. The Open was a lot of fun, but today, this is what it comes down to. The All-Star race. Who can get this win? Who wants it bad enough? And right now, Devin Smirker is your pole sitter in the All Things Go Cardano Hosky machine. Man, look at that screenshot. I can promise you I'll see that screenshot right there on social media later on. The boys at Murphy Esports do not miss. So great job on them for P1. Brandon Six rolling off P2. Awesome job there for him. Frankie Barroso going to be rolling off in P3. Very, very strong effort right there for him. Fourth place, Roger Pierce. Again, came in through the All-Star Open Right now looking very, very sharp in that 4th spot. Nick Lights rolling off 5th place. Awesome job there. Jamie Graham, your stage 1 winner. You're going to be in here, so P6 for him. Matthew Fleming, 7th place. Looking awesome. Daryl Young Jr. in the 18 Grey Goose. 8th place for him. Joseph Mealy coming in, P9. Starting right there, looking really good today. Jonathan Wright, just talked about him a moment ago. Good looking car there, representing AVR. Matthew Smith, Season 1's champion, making an effort here in the All-Star race, looking good. Josh Larson, your All-Star Open winner, making a move right here, trying to get this race win. Jackson Anderson raced his way in, and here he is. Marshall Harris, again, the fan vote winner, starting out 14th place. Rubber His Song, 15th place. Nicholas Simpson, there he is, rolling out 16th, excuse me. And then Tyler Honeycutt, the league voted winner, rounding up the field in 17th place. So some effort and some work for him to do, but man, oh man, this is going to be a fun time, Emery. I love this format. It's going to be a lot of fun watching how this unfolds.
I cannot wait for this green flag to start. And I don't know if we got a new production team, but these camera angles, Steve, are flawless. I don't know what's going on, but they look beautiful. Also, what looks beautiful is Devin up there and Brandon in the top 1 and 2. They're going to start side by side. Frankie Barroso in that 48 is going to be there with Roger Pierce, Nick Lights, Jamie Graham. Everybody up front wanting to battle to get a win here. They got to win these stages and stay up front, or they will be eliminated. Pace car lights are off. We are about to go green flag racing in Chicagoland Speedway. Open race was fantastic. I think it'll be fantastic here as well, as the green flag's gonna drop. Devin's gonna take us into turns 1 and 2. Brandon 6 on that outside.
There he is. These two drivers, Brandon 6, Devin Smirker. You'll remember them from the Pocono race earlier. Some last lap dramatics. But right now, these guys are going at it. Looking very good early. Nick Lights gets into the inside of Jamie Graham. Watch out for that.
A little bit of single file up front. Congestion in the back as we're 3 wide looking at it. Up front, nothing's changed here. Brandon 6 is up front. Right ahead of Devin in that 26, that Ford. Frankie's right behind in that 48, the teammate of Brandon 6. 3 laps down as they cross. We are still green at Chicagoland.
You can see them get a little loosey-goosey here. Down low.
They talked about it. That car feels a little different. Might be a little tight early on. Let's see how this unfolds for them. We got 55 laps. And it is still early as we're looking at that 27 there. Daryl Young in that 18. He's in 10th position.
Marshall Harris falling back right here, currently in 12th place. Not what you want to see early on. But again, this whole race is strategy. How do you get to that top 5 at the end? Right now, there's 17 drivers on the field. Again, 3 drivers couldn't make it today last minute due to some personal issues. But right now, man, so right now, based off the 20 car field, at the end of lap 15, we're going to eliminate 2 drivers to get to 15. Which was the scheduled plan for the race. So right now, you do not want to be 16th or 17th place right here. This is the cutoff line to get into that next stage, Emery.
That is tough right there. Honeycutt, Simpson back there. Marshall Harris in the 21, right on that cutoff mark. You got to make your move. You got to try to get to the field right now, or you're going to be stuck back there, and you don't want to be eliminated 6 laps down.
Awesome job. Brandon 6 up front still. You're going to see these guys up front, Emery, kind of stick to each other. They don't want to use their tires up. They only get one set to use besides this opening tire set, so you can't wear them off too early.
Yeah, you got to really have control. You got to be aware of where you're turning those corners and not burning off those tires. Brandon 6 is one of the drivers out here that does a really good job at doing that. Devin as well in the 26 right behind him. So all three of these drivers up front, Roger Pierce, Jamie Graham, they all know how to make that work. It's just a matter of time. We got a long race, 8 laps down. Brandon 6 still up front. Some big time movers. Matt Smith's up 4 spots. He's in that Chevy, that 29. He's in 8th. Jackson Anderson's still out there in 10th. He's up 3 spots.
Look at this. Jamie Graham going to try and squeeze it in. Doesn't make it work. Uh-oh. Into Roger Pierce. Oh, big wreck right here. Oh, no. Jamie
Some
Graham.
contact up front, Steve, and then a big checkup. Tip him into the wall. That's some pretty big hard hit for him.
It is, yeah. That's a tough break. I mean, man, that right there most likely, unfortunately, may end Jamie Graham's run right here. Has some damage, can still probably make it. But again, these drivers don't get the fast repair just like a normal race. So this might end his race, unfortunately. Stage 1 winner of the All-Star Open. Tough break. But even more so, this is lap 9, so the caution flag will not wave for the stage. I mean, the caution flag waves, but this will not be the stage end. Has to be within 5 laps for the caution to count towards the stage, and right now this is not going to be it. So,
well, that's going to make for a shootout when we go back green, as these drivers going to come into the pits. Probably get some stuff fixed on that car, as he had some contact in that wall. Unfortunate for him.
yes,
Not
sir.
for Brandon 6. He has a clean car up front here. He's still leading.
Yeah, we'll go back and look at that for sure. That was pretty wild. See if we can kind of break it down here a little bit. Oh man, just a tough look right there. See if we can back it a little further.
Almost looked like he was going to save it. Then some more contact right there, and man, big hit by Matt Fleming, I believe that was.
Yeah, I want to go back a little further. I want to see, I guess, why was Jamie like pushing Roger Pierce? Not sure if that was a push or maybe, oh, okay, I see. I think he tried to get off of him, but hard to tell there if Roger was getting loose and Graham just was there or what happened. But either way, a tough break for all involved. A couple drivers definitely not looking too hot. Matthew Smith, car doesn't look too bad actually, but there he goes back on track. So not too bad. Rob Hissong has some damage a little bit on the right side, but
Yeah, that right front's pretty banged up.
yeah, overall, I think nothing too earth-shattering as far as damage, but unfortunately, our first caution and got confirmation that is not our stage end. So right there, nobody eliminated just yet. This is what it's going to come down to, man. Tempers will flare for sure, as they always do. It's the All-Star race. You want to get to that last stage. It's going to get
Matt
dicey.
Smith. Yeah, Matt Smith, Jamie Graham, Robert Hissong, all on that cutoff mark at the very end here. They've got to make some moves quick because this stage is coming to an end fast. Everybody up front's doing fine, but these guys in the back are on the cusp of being eliminated. The first of many drivers tonight.
Yes, sir. Tempers are already
Surprisingly,
flaring.
Steve, that's our first caution of the whole evening. So,
Oh, we had one in the open.
oh, we did have one.
We did. But our first for the All-Star race. Here we go.
Race cars off. We're going to go back. Racing at Chicagoland. Brandon 6 with a big jump on the outside. Frankie's now going to be on the inside, takes us into turns 1 and 2. Lights right there, that number 12 has been solid all day in that top 5.
Man, Frankie gets right in front of Devin Smirker, but Devin squeezes down low. That was tight right there.
That was a good move by Devin. Strong move by Frankie, but no harm, no foul. They're still green. Nick Light's trying to make a move back here on the outside. Almost takes it 3 wide, but now they're single file. Devin's going to jump to the inside. Can he get past Brandon 6? Brandon 6 cuts him off. Frankie now is going to make a run on the outside. Good driving, Steve, so far, man. They're driving as hard as they can. It's been competitive, but hey, doing a great job up front, Steve.
Oh, it sure is. I mean, right now, though, these guys got to keep in mind, stage 1 pays nothing. Only the race winner does. So, right now, leaning on each other like this, it's really just for bragging rights. There's no point in winning this stage. You only get those one set of tires, but their competitiveness is just getting the better of them. We love to see it.
Nick Light's running the high lane now. You seeing that? I haven't seen too many drivers making that run work, but he's doing it now. Caution's out again. That's going to be the end of the stage. Brandon 6 is going to be the winner of that first stage. And who's our first cutoff victim here, Steve?
Well, unfortunately, right now, going to be Robert Hissong still in the pits, and then Jamie Graham. So Jamie Graham, one of the victims of that one caution we had, is going to be eliminated from the race. The All-Star Open Stage 1 winner, unfortunately, out of the All-Star race, as well as Robert Hissong, currently in the pits. So Jamie Graham, Robert Hissong, going to be your 2 taken out of the end of Stage 1. That's going to give us 15 for the remainder of this race.
Well, Brandon 6 got the first stage win. Who should we bring in here to have a word before we go back green?
Well, first off, we're going to go thank our channel sponsors real fast. We'll come back if we have time to talk to Brandon 6, since he was Stage 1 winner. We'll come right back.
Back.
All right, folks, we're back to the All-Star race. Stage 1 has concluded, and right now, the 2 drivers eliminated from the race are Robert Hissong and Jamie Graham. Keep in mind, this is basically Battle Royale style. There's 4 stages and 3 stage breaks. After every stage break, the back 5 drivers are eliminated, and right now we have those drivers already out of the race. So next up, you do not want to be Emery in that 11th through 15th spot at the end of stage 2. So going to be pretty interesting.
That'd be the end of your day. Unfortunate for Jamie to get involved in that wreck there, which brought him all the way back. So he is eliminated, done for the night. But man, oh man, Tyler Honeycutt in that number 3, that monster car in that Chevy. He's up 10 spots. He's looking pretty solid early on in this race. Jackson Anderson, he's in that 83 Chevy. He's up 6 spots, so a few drivers that are feeling pretty good. Nicholas Simpson up 8 spots in that 46 as well. The Chevy, he's in 8th. Big time movers. Can't wait for this to go green as we're looking at the choose car. Love to see that back in action tonight.
Yes, sir. Tell you what, hey, if you guys need to get a good paint, you see the hood of that car right there. Harpoondesign.com. Go and check him out. Brentley, I believe, is in the chat. So I'm sure he'll say hi to you guys, but go check him out. Fill out a form on harpoondesign.com. He will be in contact with you and give you one of the best paints. You know what? I'll just say it. The best paint on all of iRacing for your next-gen car. Go check him out. Always a good time. And right now, though, we're going to get underway stage number 2, Emery. So right here, 5 more drivers about to be eliminated. Nobody taking tires, it would appear like. So what do they do here? Got to hold on to it. These guys are driving, in my opinion, too hard, too soon to hold on to those tires.
They are aggressive up front more than I anticipated, but talk about aggression. I love to see this. Brandon 6 right next to Nick Lights in that 12. This will be the battle on the restart here. 19 when they cross. We got Frankie up there, Roger Pierce, Devin, Joseph Mealy, Jackson Anderson, Nicholas Simpson, Tyler Honeycutt, and Jonathan Wright all in the top 10. Like we talked about, Steve, those guys on the back there, Josh Larson, Matt Fleming, Marshall Harris are all in that cutoff line. Who can stay alive here in this second stage? We are going to go back green flag racing at Chicago Land Speedway for the All-Star Race Season 5. Green flag's out. Brandon 6 is up front. He's on the outside. Nick Light's going to take us into turns 1 and 2. He's going to be on the inside of Brandon 6.
Here they are. Nick Lights really trying to make a move right here on the inside. Wants that lead immediately. Trying to steal it away from Brandon 6. He's getting so close. The outside lane's starting to work him right a little bit. It would appear like.
Yeah, coming out of 1 and 2, it seems like you got that run on the outside. They're making it work. Nick Lights chooses to stay a little higher than normal. He kind of pushes Brandon 6 up the track a little bit. They are still door and door. 27's back there. Devin's been consistent all night, Steve. He's just been in the right spots at the right time, keeping that car clean. We go back further. We got some action. That's the 46 and number 3. Nicholas Simpson, Tyler Honeycutt, Joseph Mealy, all in the mix back here. We talked about it. Matt Fleming in the 88's got that old school throwback paint job for Thomas Minks. Can he get through the field?
Emery, right here, this is the Hornet's Nest. You don't want to be the last 5 drivers at the end of stage 2, and right now, it is some hard racing to get to that front.
Surprisingly, Daryl Young's been really quiet all night long. He's in the mix too. He's only in 11th spot, but he can jump, he can fall back and be eliminated. He's got to watch out. Daryl Young Jr. in the 18. What is he going to do out here? He's got Josh Larson right behind him. We are 3 wide up front. Yeah. Car in the wall in the back keeps it on the track. We're still green.
Man, look at Brandon 6 and Devin Smirker. Not to cut you off, but they are side by side. They're adoring each other all the way through 3 and 4. Tell you what, that Pocono last lap is still fresh in the minds of these drivers. But further on back, Josh Larson 4 wide here, Chicagoland.
You can make that work at this track, but I'll tell you what, that's tight, and that's something you don't want to do all the time, but it happened right there. We were 4 wide. We're still almost 3 wide. Josh Larson's on the outside of the 46. He gets pushed up. 46 and Nicholas jumps down.
Got to get to that front right there, man. This is a tough, tough race right here. Coming off turn 4.
Now we got Frankie up front. Nick Lights. Brandon 6 dropped back a little bit. Do you think he might be saving tires now?
Well, again, right now, I mean, I think if you're Frankie Barroso, you're probably saying, you know what? I want to just get to the front and avoid all the chaos in the back of me. He's probably one of those guys who's going to take his 1 set of tires at the end of this stage and then see how it works the remainder of it. But man, look at this battle right here for the mid-pack. These guys do not want to give up this spot. They want to stay in this race.
Mealy at 39. He's in the mix with Matt Fleming. Jonathan Wright right there as well. Daryl Young. All in the mix. Side by side, 3 wide. We've seen it all tonight here at Chicagoland. 26 laps down. Frankie Barroso in that 48 in that Bowie Esports car is your leader.
Yes, sir. We are 4 laps away from the end of stage 2. So this is just, I mean, if you're Larson, Jonathan Wright, Marshall Harris, you got to get to the front, and to the front right now. All you got to be is 5 cars. I'm sorry, 1 car ahead of 5 guys behind you. Ooh, Nick Simpson goes around.
Contact.
Yellow flag in the air. Nick Simpson goes around the nose of Matt Smith. And that unfortunately will end the stage, as that is going to be within 5 laps of the scheduled distance of the stage. So unfortunately, if our math is correct, Nick Simpson, Matt Smith, Daryl Young, Jonathan Wright, and Marshall Harris, I believe, unofficially, will be knocked out of this race.
Man, oh man. That's a lot of drivers. Unfortunate for Marshall Harris. If he is eliminated, he was trying to make that move with Josh Larson to get out of that cutoff spot. But unfortunately, it looks like his day is done.
All right, so we have
here
final
at
word.
Chicagoland.
Sorry to cut you off. We have final word. So the 5 eliminated are Larson, Josh Larson, Marshall Harris, Jonathan Wright, Matthew Smith, and Nick Simpson. So they are out of the All-Star race and are parked. That's their race for them. Unfortunately, that's how this race can go, Emery. 1 caution flag, and that could be it. You got to stay in the front. And for those 5 drivers, that's the end of their All-Star race.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate risk you take if you want to fall in the back and kind of stay back there. That can happen, and now your day is done. But man, up front, these drivers, number 12 and Devin of the 26, Frankie, all of these drivers up front doing a really good job. As we're going to take another look. Let's see what happened on this caution. The 46 looks like he gets turned a little bit here.
Ah, man, unfortunately, Nick just hits the wall out of turn 4, uses too much track, and then just bounces off the wall into Matt Smith across the nose, and that'll be all she wrote. So Nick Simpson, unfortunately, out of the race right here, but I'm going to pick it back up next week at Michigan for all these drivers. Matt Smith also involved. Again, he is also taken out of the race, as well as Josh Larson, Marshall Harris, and Jonathan Wright. So a short night for them, but hey, the ability to be in this All-Star race is pretty cool. So
yeah, it's been great so far, Steve. I love seeing all these guys out here, big time names. Love all the paintwork done. Big shout out to Brantley. Big shout out to everybody home watching at Race Day Live on YouTube. We appreciate you being here. As we're seeing a few drivers go in, but then say, nope, I'm going to stay out. So interesting there. Frankie's going to go into the pits.
we'll bring it back live. Sorry, folks, for that. But yeah, right there, a lot of different strategies being played out. So a lot going on.
Speaking of strategy, you got half the field, gone now. What is the strategy going to be? We got to go to, 55 laps total. But man, is it a shootout still, Steve, or do you want to settle down? You want to maybe stay in the back? It's hard to say.
That's tough. I mean, again, this next stage is the same is the same length, right? It's 10 laps, so you really got to be careful here. You have to balance it out, right? You want to be up front, but you don't want to be too far back in the mid pack. So right now, Devin Smirker though did not pit right here. We'll see what he brings out. But here we go, green flag about to come out. Stage 3 underway.
Nick Light's up front now. He's your leader. Devin's still up there as well.
So this is it. Devin, I think, is going to try that strategy where he takes tires in the next stage, but he has to maintain the top 5 right here. This one's easy. The top 5 advance, and the back 5, they get eliminated and parked. So what do you do here?
I think you just got to go for it, and you're seeing the 26 doing that. He's up front, taking off. Can the 12 track him down? We may have another replay where he gets that clean air, and he is gone. Brandon 6 back there. He's in 4th in that 66. He's flirting with the cutoff line.
Yes, sir. You know what? I think Devin's strat right here, it's all over his car. All things go. That's what he's doing. He's going right now. He is trying to get the stage 3 win. advance himself into that next round and see what he can do. But man, looking good right now. The battle, though, is in the back of the field. He's back 5. You don't want to stay here. So how do you get there? How do you get to that top 5 right now in 10 laps?
You just got to be consistent. Daryl Young, speaking of that, he's been so consistent tonight. We haven't talked about him a whole lot, but he just finds a way to advance. And he's in that position now. He's dropping back a few. He needs to make up some room, as now the 88's going to get by him. Jackson Anderson at 83 is going to pass him as well. Not as much 3 wide, Steve. It's almost a single file for a little bit there.
Yes, sir. Bad corner right there for Jackson Anderson, and Nick Lights are going to lose some time right there. Anderson into the wall, but hey, props to Anderson here for making the top 10. Awesome job there for that young kid. 83 car looking very good today.
Don't count him out right now. He has the speed to be able to get up into this top 5. Can he make it work? He's putting in a lot of seat time this season. Love to see him out here doing good at the All-Star race. Can he make it happen?
Yes, sir. Right now, Devin Smirker didn't have that corner he wanted. Frankie's right there on the outside. Side by side at the line. Devin, keep in mind, I believe Devin's got older tires than these guys. Oh, Devin Smirker spins out. Oh,
Just
no.
talked about the old tires, and this is what happens. Is he going to come back on the track? It's still green. Devin goes for a ride, and that might cost him his spot. He may be eliminated. 21 laps to go. Frankie in that 48's way up front in the Bowie Esports car.
That's so unfortunate for Smirker. I don't think there was contact between him and Frankie. I just think there's maybe just got loose. Tough to tell right now, but man, 3 wide here for P2. Unfortunate. Man, Mealy on the outside is just so loose. You can see him wiggling. Unbelievable, Emery. Anything can happen today in the All-Star race. Anything.
Absolutely. It's happening. It's unfolding right now. Jackson Anderson's in 5th. He's up 8 spots. Joseph Mealy's, he's up 6 spots. He's in 3rd. You go back a little farther, Tyler Honeycutt in that 3. He's up 11 spots, now sitting in 7th, but he's got to make a couple moves or he'll be eliminated tonight as well. He's got to get past Matt Fleming and Tyler Honeycutt to get to that top 5 mark.
Tell you what, a damn good looking car. He is trying what he can. Currently in P7. Unfortunately, just not able to do it right now. Daryl Young way in the back too. Unfortunately for him, Nick Lights coming down pit road. This is unexpected. What's going on here for Nick Lights? He was one that could probably contend for this, but right now in pit road, that'll end his hopes right here. Man, oh man.
Not sure what's going on with that number 12 car, but you're right. He's in the pits. His day's done. As we're seeing the 88 trying to split him to make some runs here. That puts him in 6th spot. He needs to get one more spot ahead, and he's in the top 5.
Man, Fleming right there. Oh, Fleming gave Anderson no room. Sorry, Emery, but man, oh man, a lot's going down right here to make to the way in.
I was going to say the same thing, and Jackson Anderson falls back. He is now sitting in 7th and lost a lot of speed. He's still trying to make that outside work.
Fleming made that move to get himself into that top 5. Right now, he would be the 5th driver in to the final round. Had to get a little aggressive there with that youngster, Jackson Anderson. And right now, he is tracking down to get further into that top 5. Tyler Honeycutt, 6th spot right now. This is it. This is going to be that pack to try and get themselves into that last stage. 5 laps to go.
Jackson's doing everything he can. He went to the inside, then went back out to the outside. The 3's going to block him. He hits the wall.
Little update from Nick Lights. Nick Lights says, oops, from our communication. So not sure if there was some pit road speeding or whatnot that he had to serve, but either way, unfortunately, Nick Lights is not looking too hot right now. Might be taken out of this race. But man, look at this battle right here. Roger Pierce in front of Tyler Honeycutt. Who's going to play nice? Who won't play nice?
Roger falls back. He's in the middle of the 3 wide. The 3 gets by him on the inside. Tyler Honeycutt making the move, but look, we got Matt Fleming on the outside of the 88. Jackson in the back still trying to make it work. He just can't get the speeds. He's running the inside, just can't make it work. He's falling back. 88 of Matt Fleming gets past the 3. Roger Pierce in the 27's right on the cutoff. Right behind him is Jackson Anderson.
Oh, Roger into the wall pretty hard right there. Don't want to see that. Right now, again, looking at this pack, Daryl Young's way too far back. Nick Lights and Devin Smirker out of it. So right now, 2 of these drivers in your shot right here are going to be gone in 2 laps.
We've only got 2 to go, Steve.
Anderson right there gives a little "how you doing" to that 27, Roger Pierce.
Roger Pierce looked like he got a little bit loose, and Jackson's going to get by him. Can he catch the 3 car now? And that is the caution. That's going to be the end of the stage. Who advances here?
My, oh my. Frankie Barroso with the big stage 3 win. Looking very good. Brandon 6, Matthew Fleming, Joseph Mealy, and Tyler Honeycutt, I believe, will be your top 5 here for the finale of the All-Star race for the ASRA Cup Series. We'll wait for confirmation.
What a race that was, Steve. Jackson Anderson, Daryl Young, all those guys battling out. Roger Pierce, unfortunately, doesn't make it to the top 5. Looks like he's going to be eliminated.
Yes, there's a confirmation here. Roger Pierce out of the race. Jackson Anderson, Nick Lights, Daryl Young Jr. Strong run for these guys. Devin Smirker. And again, Roger Pierce. That'll be your top 5 out of the All-Star race. So that leaves 5 drivers. Frankie Barroso, Brandon 6, Matthew Fleming, Joseph Mealy, and Tyler Honeycutt. Tyler Honeycutt being your league vote. So Tyler Honeycutt was voted amongst his peers, his fellow drivers, to get himself into the All-Star race. And here he is. Top 5, has a chance to win the All-Star race here. Incredible job for him. Matthew Fleming, the same. In the Thomas Meeks paint scheme to dedicate to his son, who was just born today. Looking very good. Joseph Mealy, always a threat no matter where we go. Brandon 6, absolute dominating performance all season long. Arguably the championship favorite right here. And then Frankie Barroso. Very, very good, dominant driver when he's on, winning that stage 3. So Emery, out of these 5, who do we think will win the All-Star race?
Man, I say you flip a coin. I have no idea. All these guys up in the top 5 right now are fast. And Honeycutt to come out here to get voted in can showcase that new paint scheme, that new car he's representing tonight. Love to see it, and love to see these drivers. Frankie 6, Mealy, Fleming, and Honeycutt. Anyone can come out here and get this win. Fantastic action here at Chicagoland, Steve. A lot of fun to watch.
Yes, sir. Pace car lights are still on, so we're going to go and thank our sponsors one more time real fast before we go back green. We'll come right back, folks. All right, folks, so we are back for the All-Star race for the ASRA Cup Series, and I'll tell you what, we're going to have under 7 laps to decide this All-Star race. And right now, keep in mind, nobody came down for tires there, it seemed like, Emery. So right now, everyone's working on older tires that they took at the end of Stage 2, which is kind of what we expected. So right now, what do we expect to end this All-Star race? Who's got the tires to make it happen? Will we see a surprise? What do we think?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a shootout. We only have 8 to go. I think we'll have 7 to go when we go back green. You got to get a good start here. Frankie's got to get a good jump on this restart, and watch out for Brandon 6. He's always strong up front here. Let's see what can happen. There's only 5 cars left. This All-Star race, we are going back green at Chicagoland Speedway. Frankie in that 48, that Bowie Esports car is going to take us into 1 and 2 as he's going to try to make a single file right away. Can he get the start he needs to get a win out here tonight?
Here we go again. I mean, we can get 3 green, white, checkered flag finishes, but right now with 5 drivers, I don't think that'll be the case. But right now, this is the shootout. Who will win? Frankie Barroso looks very strong right now. Matthew Fleming on the inside. But Brandon 6, what did he hold on to? Did he hold on to his tires? We know he's masterful at that. And then Tyler Honeycutt, can he upset the entire field and pull out a fast one?
Here's the other thing to think about here. You got Brandon 6 that's behind Frankie. They're both teammates. Can he help out a little bit to keep him up front? Joseph Mealy, Tyler Honeycutt. Cannot wait to see what happens here.
That's right. Passing is very difficult right now, but it comes down to the tires. What can you do? Frankie Barroso has that track position in front of Brandon 6. If he has even equal tires compared to Brandon 6, what does he do? I don't think 6 is going to just wreck his teammate for the win. I don't think Brandon 6 has that in him. But can Frankie hold him off?
Frankie and Brandon got a big jump up front now. Do they have enough time to catch up? This 3 group back here kind of battling out. Matt Fleming has to fall back. The 3 is going to get past him on the outside. Can he get a run here? 5 to go.
Awesome job right now. Tyler Honeycutt putting on a show. Matthew Fleming, again, Fleming had to fight pretty hard to even get to this round. So tires-wise, he's probably not looking too good. But just the ability to get to the top 5 here for the All-Star race is a feat on its own. So a great job by all 5 of these drivers to get here. Joseph Mealy holding on to it too, but I think the battle right here, Emery, comes down to Frankie Barroso and Brandon 6.
Yeah, the way I see it now, I don't see anybody catching Frankie. I know Brandon's fast, but I don't think he has the tires and the speed to catch Frankie right now up front. He's just got too much space. Got a lot of momentum here at Chicago. Just got to keep that car clean, and he's going to be your all-star winner if it stays true. 2 laps to go when they cross one more time here.
Yes, sir. Right now, Matthew Fleming, Tyler Honeycutt, and Joseph Mealy, unfortunately, not having the tires to get to the end. Uh-oh. Matthew Fleming way off the pack, comes down pit road, says, you know what? See you later. Frankie Barroso, though, this is it. 2 laps to go. Can Frankie Barroso win his first All-Star race of his career? Brandon 6 as well. Very, very close battle here. Again, Battle Royale style. This is what it comes down to. Final circle. That white flag in the air, sponsored by Sim Motion. Frankie Barroso leading the race here at Chicagoland. This is it. Brandon 6
trying to make that late run, Steve. He's kind of got some kind of momentum trying to track him down, but just not enough here. Frankie's still way ahead in that 48. And as it sits right now, Frankie's going to cross. He's going to be your winner here at Chicago for your Season 5 All-Star race. Congratulations to Frankie. Brandon 6 will finish second. Joseph Mealy, Tyler Honeycutt, and Matthew Fleming, your top 5.
Man, absolutely incredible job by Frankie Barroso to win the All-Star race for Season 5 man, he just had it. He had the tires, he had the speed, and he figured out a way to win that. P2 pays nothing, keep in mind. P1 is all about Frankie Barroso. AdminBoxx is the sponsor of today's race, giving Frankie Barroso $75 for the big win today. Awesome, awesome job by Frankie Barroso. We're going to see him burn him down, man. His first ASRA All-Star win. Awesome, awesome job.
Much deserving for Frankie. Love to see him come out here and get this win today. I know he wanted to come out here and win, and he's going to burn it down here and have a lot of fun doing it. Big shout out to him and Bowie Esports and everybody. Great job.
Man, under the lights here at Chicagoland, Frankie Barroso gets it done for Bowie Esports.
And Steve, something like this too might carry over for him. Might give him that extra push in playoffs. We're starting next week.
Yes, sir. Right here next Tuesday at Michigan International Speedway. We're starting the playoffs here for the ASRA Cup Series. And this, to your point, might be the ignition that Frankie Barroso needs to go out and win his first championship. Awesome, awesome job. He's going to burn them off right now. We're going to go and thank our sponsors real quick. We'll come right back, folks, and talk to our top three. Alrighty, folks, we are back for the ASRA Cup Series, and we are at the conclusion. Frankie Barroso is your All-Star Race winner. Right now, we're going to talk to our top three, as we always like to do here at Race Day Live. We're going to bring in first Joseph Mealy, if he is available, which I do see him here, so awesome job. Let's bring him on in. Hey, Joseph Mealy, Stephen Emery in the booth, man. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, dude, not enough to win the race today, but looked very good out on track. How did it work out for you, man? Top three. Can't be upset about that.
No, can't be upset about it at all. Getting to the final round is what it's all about. You're guaranteed a top five. I spent the whole week doing Xfinity fixed here, working the top, and I knew if I just kept working the top and arrow blocking people would be good. So it all worked out.
Awesome job, man. Hey, give us a shout out to your sponsors. We'll catch you next week at Michigan for the start of the playoffs. I expect to see you doing pretty well there, man. But yeah, give us a shout outs.
Yeah, yes, sir. MB Roofing, of course, Flynn Dogs, all our guys there. I don't have the list in front of me, so my bad. Grandparents, my mom, everybody who's watching, everybody who supports ASRA, and all my great teammates. So a lot of fun. I appreciate it, and thanks for another fun night.
Yes, sir. We'll catch you next week, man. Awesome job again. Alrighty, that's Joseph Mealy, P3. Next up, we're going to bring in Brandon 6. You know him from winning multiple races this season, but man, oh man, he is looking good as usual. But right now, Brandon 6 finishes P2. Brandon, man, not the finish you wanted, obviously. Obviously, we're used to talking to you from the winner's circle, but Hey, at P2, you can't be upset about that. Your teammate winning the race. What's this mean though for your playoffs? Looking to do a pretty good job there today.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good race. Honestly, Frankie and I worked very well throughout this race to try and keep each other in the top 5 and just have a shot at it here at the end. Unfortunately, I kind of knew whoever had the lead in that final 5, 6, whatever laps it was going to be pretty hard to get a run and make something happen. And unfortunately, you kind of need more laps to let the tires kind of fall off and people come and go as they please. But I'll definitely take a P2, and good to see Frankie get the win, and I'm looking forward to the playoffs for sure.
Yes, sir. Michigan next week, always a fun track to start them off. So, hey, man, give us your shout-outs, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I got to thank Battle Beaver, Bowie Esports, you, Steve, for putting on this league, and then obviously you guys for putting on the broadcast as well. Thanks.
Alrighty, yes, sir. We'll catch you next week, man. Congrats again. Now we'll bring in our winner for today's race, Frankie Barroso. Big win for him. He'll be ecstatic. I promise you that. Let's bring him on in here. Hey, Frankie Barroso, it's Steve and Emery in the booth, man. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, look at you. Looking pretty good in the number 48 Bowie Esports machine. P1 on the day. Your ASRA All-Star winner. You're going to be feeling pumped, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to have even though this win technically doesn't count, it's still a win in my book because we got the playoffs next week, and this is a good momentum for, honestly, a track that I kind of dreaded of going to. I'm never good here, and just was really good off the truck, and I felt really good about tonight's race. Definitely better than any race I've ever raced here, and we got the dub. Had a few things go our way, and that's why I'm here.
Awesome, man. Hey, I mean, talk to us about like momentum wise, right? I mean, next week we start the playoffs at Michigan. What does this do for you mentally, or maybe even just in the car, right? Like, I mean, as far as moving on to the playoffs, does this set you up? Do you feel like you're now at an advantage moving into the playoffs?
I mean, it is a mental advantage. Now this one is big because after that win on Auto Club, it was still good, but when you see your teammate rack win after win after win, and it's like, I know I'm not as fast as him. Very few people are, but I know I can compete with him. I know I can compete with Brandon 6, and I know every so often, every blue moon, I can, maybe I get a little lucky here, a little lucky there. I can win. I can beat him. And tonight was just one of those nights. I just got lucky against him. Got track position. Part of it is also me and Devin made contact. I haven't seen the replay yet, but I feel bad, especially what happened last year in the All-Star race last year. I don't want to wreck anybody on purpose. I was just trying to push him, and I think I just gave him just too hard of a push. I was trying to go to the inside, and then once he kind of blocked me, I was just going to try to propel him forward, and I think I gave him too big of a shot. If it's my bad, I haven't seen the replay, but if it is, I'd like to apologize to Devin and his team. That's not the way I like to race.
Well, hey, yes, sir. Much respect there for sure from us. Our end looked like actually he spun out on his own. We weren't sure if contact was made, but I believe he had older tires at the time too. So not sure what it was, but a lot of respect from you, Frankie. But hey, big win. Luck maybe was a factor, but it was not the reason why you won. That right there, sir, is definitely talent to be able to win and to beat one of the best and one of the most dominating drivers in the league this season. So awesome job for you, man. Give us your shout outs and sponsors, and then we'll see you next week in Michigan.
Yeah, I'd first like to thank you guys for putting on the show. Doing great as always. Steven, Emery, you guys do a great job. I'd like to thank Brandon Bowie Esports. I'd also like to thank my teammates, Brandon 6, Matt Smith, and Kenny. Unfortunately, Kenny couldn't make the show tonight, but he'll bounce back next week. And just thank you to everybody that supports the league, like Brian Murphy, Brantley Roden, and yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, you've got $75 coming your way, courtesy of AdminBoxx. So we'll be in contact shortly. So big shout out to AdminBoxx. Again, go and check them out, adminboxx.com, folks. Use code ASRA to take 10% off your order. Frankie, man, great job tonight. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. See y'all next week.
Already, Emery, man. Frankie Barroso just put on a show today. A lot of these guys, a lot of different winners, stage winners, race winners. Overall, an awesome night. You cannot ever be upset about All-Star Race Night. It's just a lot of racing, a lot of chaos, and just a damn good time.
Yeah, it was a great outing. I mean, all these drivers that came out and put on a show, Matthew Fleming, Tyler Honeycutt, those drivers, Jackson Anderson was right on the edge there to try to get that top 5. He almost got there, just didn't happen. And Jamie Graham, he was strong all day, got in some trouble late in the race, but man, oh man, that was one of the better All-Star races we've seen, and it was a fun to be a part of it. And these drivers really put on a show, Steve.
Yes, sir. A lot of fun today. Big shout out to Frankie Barroso for winning the All-Star race. Folks, big thanks to all of you for just supporting the league and watching us. We're getting closer and closer to our goal of 500 subs here on Race Day Live. I believe last time I checked, we're at 420, so very, very cool. We thank you for all your support. Next week, again, Tuesday, we're going to be right back here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the start of the ASRA Cup Series playoffs at Michigan. We'll see you then. But for right now, this is Emery, and this is Steve at Race Day Live. We'll catch you next week. We love you. Good night.